I'm not gonna lie, night and day difference. Does shoot way softer with the flow through. Hey fam, it's Miaris TV and I am back with another banger of a video. Yes sir, yes sir. And from the title, you guys can see I brought back out that Daniel defense and that PSA because you guys were going crazy in the comments saying that it wasn't fair. You guys were telling me I should have swapped the suppressors to see what the difference was. So guess what? In this video, I put that Huxworks Flow Range 36 Ti on that Daniel defense, and I put that Polo K on that PSA, and I leave it there. I shoot a few mags through each one of them, and I compare the two, right? People were saying it's apples to oranges, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I do all this stuff just for fun, guys. I do this just for myself to just see what the difference is, okay? I want to know what is the difference between a PSA, right? Or something that costs 2.5 times to 3 times more, like that Daniel defense over there. That is a DDM4 V7. That is a 10.3 barrel, and the PSA is an 11.5 barrel. But you know, I just wanted to check it out. In the comments of the original video, people were saying that I need to upgrade the buffer system. I need to upgrade the trigger. I need to do this. They were saying that the Daniel defense will outshoot the PSA all day long. Guys, maybe next time we'll see which one is more accurate. Let me know if you guys want to see that type of video down below. We'll go back to Aries and we'll take it out to 100, 200, 300, and 400 yards maybe. And we'll just see which one's more accurate. The main thing I was looking for was which shot softer. That's about it, okay? So on the PSA, I got the upper, the lower. The lower was complete. The upper, I just added the BCG and the charging handle. Of course, on here, we do have that primary arms prism scope over here with that Cyclops G2, that AC SS G2 Cyclops reticle. And, you know, on here, do have my new favorite brace, that SBA 5. Of course, my favorite grip right here, that Kung Fu grip. Up front, we do have that Tiger Claw, and then we have this Amazon Surefire light over here. I don't know how they can get away with that, but this thing's been running pretty good. Got close to 1,000 rounds through this guy over here, and it's still not even burning up with the suppressor. So obviously it's able to take some of the heat, and it's still working. Haven't changed the lights, none of that stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you guys, but yeah. That is the PSA build right there. And outside of that, the only thing I have in here, I swapped out the spring and put a flat wire spring. And you guys know that's only 20 beans. So that's the PSA. And then the Daniel defense right here. Kind of similar. Of course, have that SBA 5 brace. On here, I just have the regular grip that came with it. I am going to be swapping it out with a Difrico. Of course, we do have that primary arms prism scope right there. That ACSS G2 Cyclops. Also have a Surefire. This is the M300. The other one was the M600, just a little bit bigger. And I do have a pressure pad for it, but I need to find a way to mount the pressure pad onto the Picatinny rail, because the one I got for that PSA is just too big and bulky. I don't like it. And of course, we have that Hux Flow Range 36 Ti on there. And I'm not gonna lie, this guy's pretty light. This guy's pretty light. Now, I will say this, in the shooting, you're gonna see by the third mag, I went from grabbing it like this to grabbing it over here because the rail was getting hot, guys. The rail was getting hot. And boys, just real quick, when I first started shooting this guy, I don't know, it's because it was a little darker out. I noticed the sparking of this Hux Flow Ti over here. Now, since then, I've done a little research, and I've learned that because this is titanium, you get a lot of that what's called a titanium spark, because as they're eroding, you get the little titanium particles in there, and that's when you get the spark. So initially when I was shooting this guy, And I noticed that I will notice the sparks here and there, but every single shot that was going down through this, I was noticing a spark. And you'll see me there, like, kind of like look as I'm shooting. I thought I was having baffle strikes. So I had to stop, check it, and then I continued going. Then I had to stop again and go and check to make sure that this thing was on tight. And it was. And I continued. And then afterwards, you know, I did my research. And yes, found out that one of the downsides to titanium cans is that spark. Now, I also saw on there that at about 200 to 500 rounds, that should stop. But this thing here has, if I had to guess, it's over 500 rounds for sure. Over 500 rounds. And still sparking. But guys, let me know down in the comments. Those of you that have the Huxworks, I know people don't like them because they kind of lied to people. And, you know, is that true? I don't know. You know, I'd be up in the Reddit forums reading stuff. You know, people be unhinged on Reddit. So I don't know what's true and what's not. I just take everything with a grain of salt, guys. I take everything with a grain of salt. Yeah, let me know down in the comments. Is the sparking, like, is it normal or nah? Or should I be concerned about it? Because I was told that the life of this suppressor should be somewhere about 20, 30,000 rounds. Is that true? I don't know. I just, you know, or not that I was told, is what I read. But, you know, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt, guys. Now, people were saying that the Daniel will outshoot that PSA without an issue right here. It has a top of the line barrel on there. This thing can handle 20, 30,000 rounds. Now, for somebody like me, if this was my only rifle, I'll care about something like that. If this is the only rifle, if you guys care about things like that, then you already know. You're paying for the different in prices. You're paying for, you know, some of the more quality stuff like the barrel, even though it does get a little hotter. You know, but we're going to figure that thing out. We're going to figure that thing out. Now, am I going to put 20,000 rounds through this barrel right here? Not likely. I mean, you see the wall today. Those are all AR-15s up there, guys. And currently my favorite is this Geisley Super Duty DDC. Of course, my PSA 50 Shades of FDE, guys, which I still need to get back to that. We're going to still continue the build series on that, guy. As you know, I did get the receiver. We're going to change that receiver. We're going to add another shade of FDE there. And then one of my latest builds right here. Woo! The green monster over there. That Hulk Smash Super Duty right there, guys. This is the one I recently picked up. Finally got it put together. Currently right now, it's not in its final form, but this is that Geisley Super Duty Complete Upper with that Griffin lower, with the Spikes Tactical lower parts kit. I do have a Frico Kung Fu grip, of course the Tiger Claw. And currently the green dot that I got on there is a GR23 from Govutar, but that's just there for the time being because the optic that I got for that thing is also green. I'll just give you that spoiler right there. But nonetheless, enough with the talking. Let's go on ahead and get to the range. But of course, before we get to shooting, you know we got to do our little YouTube bit. So every single firearm featured in this video today has been handled in a safe, controlled environment. All of the shooting was done over at Aries Training Facility in Leesburg, Florida. This is not to promote the sales of any firearm or the modifications of any firearms. And as always, these videos are just for entertainment purposes only. And you guys already know the deal. This is every day. Kick back, relax, get your popcorn, because your boy done dropped another banger. Enjoy. And this one gets a little wet, guys. Yeah. Hey fam, it's Miaris TV and I am back with another banger of a video. Of course, from my second home, Aries Training Facility in Leesburg, Florida. And as you can see, it's raining out here, but you guys spoke out and I delivered. And as you guys can see from the title, I am bringing back out that Daniel Defense and that PSA 11.5 build that I did, because you guys said it wasn't fair that the PSA had that flow through and that the Daniel's Defense had that traditional can. But guess what, boys? Now we got that Huxworks Range Flow TI 36 on that Daniel's Defense. and then we have that Polo K on the PSA build. So we're going to run it back. It's raining, so it's just about to get interesting. Suppressors in the rain, but I'm gonna put 3 mags through each one of them, and we'll see how they run. Because in the last one, I'm not gonna lie, the PSA was running a little bit better than the Daniel Defense. I know a lot of you guys say that the Daniel's Defense is built over gassed, but let me go on ahead and load this up over here, and we're going to get some suppressed shooting down. 2 things I'm going to be looking at is how soft the Daniel Defense shoots with that flow-through can compared to the PSA with the traditional can, because I'm not going to lie to you, I already know that the PSA shoots pretty soft with that traditional can, because I basically broken this can on this 11.5 build here. So let me go on ahead and clean up this mess over here and then set you guys up. All right, so up first is going to be the Daniel's Defense. It has that flow, but let's see. A lot of sparks coming out of there. All right, yeah, it's a big difference for sure. Not as violent coming back into my shoulders with the Daniel Defense. Yeah, so yeah, okay, I see what you guys are saying with the flow through can on the Daniel, but let's go on ahead and see how the PSA shoots with the traditional can. The PSA is up next. I'm not gonna lie, even with the traditional can, which I already knew, it shoots softer. Let me know what you guys see in the video. Yeah, let me know what you guys saw. It's shooting a lot softer, but the Daniel Defense with that flow through, a lot better. But for double the price, guys, I don't know. All right, we're coming back with the Daniel's Defense. I'm not gonna lie, night and day difference, the traditional can versus the flow-through can, but the PSA, not a big difference whether it's running the flow-through or the traditional, still shooting really soft. But this one here, I'm not gonna lie, night and day difference. It does shoot way softer with the flow-through. Very nice, very nice. All right, and this is steel casing ammo that I'm using right now. Look at the color on that, green steel casing. But yeah, let's see how this thing shoots. Let me know down in the comments. Is it shooting soft or not? Let me know which one's shooting softer. Woo. Man. There it goes. That's that PSA with that Polo K on it, man. Handguard's getting a little hot, though. It's getting a little hot. All right, boys. So this is the last mag. I'm going to take it a little slow. Let me know what you guys see. All right, there we go. So that's the Daniels Defense for sure. A lot softer shooting because it doesn't have all that back pressure. Night and day difference, like I said. The reduce of recoil, whew, it's like, I would say like 90%. It's a real soft shooter. But yeah, that's not bad at all, man. Whew, let me know down in the comments what you guys saw. You know, you guys hit me up on that last video. You were telling me a lot of things. I should have swapped them. But, you know, I shoot, when I come out here, I shoot 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 videos. And for me to stop, change, and wait for them to cool down, I got to go on to the next one. Like right now, I got 25 minutes here and I got to shoot 2 more videos. But all right, yeah, let's get these last few rounds here with the PSA as it starts raining even more. Let me know what you guys see. All right. And that's the PSA 11.5 build right there with that Polo K. Now, compared to with the flow through, not a real big difference in the felt recoil. Pretty much near similar, maybe just a little bit less recoil with the Huxworks flow through can, but the one that really benefited from that flow through the most was that Daniels Defense. But yeah, PSA is running, guys. Let me know which one you thought shot softer. Let me know down in the comments. And as always, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Peace.